Hello everyone, welcome back to the RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief Recap. Holy moly, super long daily brief today. To the Rational... We're live on YouTube, that's good. Probably going to just do a little quick summary here. I've been talking, I also have class this afternoon. Brian sure loves to talk up a storm, so... try and keep this relatively simple and sweet and to the point. We had the big debate last night, kind of taken away from basically a neutral scratch event last night. Nobody lost toupees, nobody lost teeth. So really, I was posting out tweets and stuff. It doesn't look like that event really moved the needle at all. So. I do like that the breadth of the market is pretty much washed out here. Going, like I said, we had a pretty long daily brief. We had like a 3-hour TRI SOF meeting last night. Just looking at tons and tons of stocks and options and warrants and stuff. Lots and lots of ideas. In fact, actually, even while Kevin was talking in the daily brief today, I went and picked up a couple of his ideas because they look so juicy. Slow and steady wins the race. It feels like the market wants to move higher here. We'll see how it goes. Only time will tell. All that kind of funness. For you guys, we like to keep the conversation relatively simple, straightforward, to the point. U.S. dollar index, so world hegemony, if you will, fractaled out there yesterday ahead of that debate event. You can see today's almost like a non-event day. Big doji both directions. And as we sort of said, I mean, if the world wants to start freaking out and risk off and all that kind of stuff, it's going to take at least another day here to carve out a fractal bottom. And then maybe we can start thinking about continuation higher, but nothing really to do here today. With that U.S. dollar index a little bit weaker on the day, that technically should be a risk-on proxy. So we see stocks, again, no major bombshells were dropped like yesterday, probably rallying into these recent highs. And I think we talked a little bit about head and shoulders patterns carving out here maybe. So, I see stocks at the very least sort of working up into these horizontal support and resistance levels. And we're probably going to see the oil work its way back higher. I think probably for this group's conversation, we had our stop against this high. Then we decided to move it down to this high. It looks to me like we could probably justify moving it against this high. And if we do reverse and start to move higher here, maybe we'll just hop off and book that profit. And then we'll wait for the next shorting window to come along. So for the time being, like we said, if we actually smile out here and start confirming lower, then I think we're pretty well insulated. For the time being, I would say crude market sideways. And because the U.S. dollar is a little bit weaker and some of the risk off proxies are coming off, I think they're catching a bid on the risk market here today. Risk off proxies, bonds got hit pretty hard there. Again, coming out of the debates last night, really, I didn't hear anybody talk anything about fiscal concerns. So my hunch is that the banksters will basically just keep on this economy until we get on the other side of it, which can't be good for bonds. I would say the one investment that would probably be an absolutely horrific idea right now going out over the next 10, 15 years is to invest in government bonds. I think that's a really bad idea. But is there a trade for us to do? I suppose you could think narrow sideways channel shorting on a break of these lows, risking against this high. Might even set up bot short setups. And I think, even in the daily brief today, I was like, fuck, I got to get off my ass and start building a put position in these bonds because I do believe this is the the $1 million monster trade that's floating out there that's going to make some big fat Wall Street guys like stinking rich. Shorting bonds here. I don't know when the break comes. It might take a year or so, but I think the long-term trend is finally starting to turn. Having said that, the market turns around, breaks to new highs, and Brian's put back in the box. Welcome to the world. Trade your setups. Opinions are wonderful, but at the end of the day, they really don't make you any money. Trade your setups. Continuing that sort of risk off theme coming off, if that makes any sense. Risk on catching a bit of a bid here today. Gold, just parked. We sort of talked a little bit about how we had dead cat bounce setups coming in off of this FU move against these lows. I'll be looking for a bounce back to this 50% roll just as a very normal technical move, but we might just roll over here and continue our way down. Keep in mind, this is an ABCD that is alive and working. So the market tilt is still bearish. If I want to get bullish on the gold now, I got to see some consolidation here. So there's still quite a bit of work to do here. And I do find it interesting that our, TRI SOF group, the traders who actually trade setups and they don't give a fuck about people's opinions, they're actually hunting short setups on these gold, which I still find fascinating. I still think there's one more push higher here into this big celestial event, but I did find it fascinating that our real traders that make money from trading, they're hunting short setups on gold right now. So go figure. But I love about, if we can build a community of really smart, intelligent traders, what ends up happening is really smart, intelligent traders look at each other and go, gee whiz, a good trade is a good trade is a good trade. And like I said, the consensus out of the group is kind of like, well, actually, I kind of like shorting, not buying. So go figure. I suppose if this goes and W's out over the next, few weeks and we get some sort of base, okay, well, we can think long again. But for the time being, be careful in the metals, my friends. Interesting how the juniors here today, though, aren't catching a bid relative to the big cap stocks. So maybe we might... one theme I was talking with in the daily brief today that came out of it was I noticed right out of the gate on the start of the market open, the healthcare sector just exploded higher, right? I mean, that's deep, deep green. There's the money. That's where the money's flowing today. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on a second. Achoo! 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 3. Oh, that's not bad. And as I said, coming out of the debates last night, I kind of saw the theme was healthcare. Both are kind of like, hey, throw more money at it, throw more money at it. So I get the feeling healthcare is feeling a little bit better here. And, for whatever it's worth, a lot of the little stocks that we're buying are like these biotechs and pharmas that are on their knees. And, you saw that ADIL. I mean, this is, it's very hard to convey to the public. But, ask yourself at any given point in time in the market, are you trading the stock market, buying the Dow Jones Industrial Average, or are you trading a market of stocks? I can't answer that question for you. This is an example of trading a market of stocks. Did the stock market double yesterday? No. But, good old TRI, buying against W's, reload zones, W's in MACD, Willie's stupid. You know all how this story goes. And bang! Hey, we just got paid. Woohoo! So, are you trading the stock market or are you trading a market of stocks? There's tons and tons of names that look not like this, because you don't want to buy that. Don't chase, don't chase, don't chase. But that look like this, that are just sitting right down in here and just going, I'm sitting here. In fact, there's one that I bought. I don't really like to tell you guys what I buy right now, but I'm already in, so I don't give a shit if you buy or not. And remember, people, and I was even saying this in the daily brief, I'm not the type of guy, I don't really care if you buy my shit or not. I don't care. And I'm not touting. I just tell you what I'm doing with my money. So, I mean, I look at a name like this and I go, I'm willing to throw a couple bucks at this. It's not a terrible idea. There's another name like this. I'm willing to throw some money at this. Not a terrible idea. And then, of course, on days like this, are you trading a market of stocks? Days like this, you're ringing the register. So, that's, looking at something like this, right? That's really more a conversation about, the broader market is just washed out. So you want to make money from trading, now's actually when you got to get in there and start hunting these things. No guarantees, either up or down. You all know that. Just got to trade your setups, trade your plan, rinse and repeat. Keep doing the same thing over and over. If it works more than 2/3 of the time, awesome. If you can consistently get paid more money when you're right versus when you're wrong, awesome. That's basically a professional trader's life. All right, back to our story. Sorry about that. Little diversion there. So, junior stocks basically against the low ends of the ranges. Some really interesting individual stocks that I'm very interested in, just fishing against the bottom ends of ranges. But we're not really like rip-roaring bull here. If anything, this is just, I think I said this recently. It looks to me like bottom end of the range, top end of the range. Everybody's trying to ask, are we really actually bottoming out here? And if we do bottom out here and take off, good old Beamish, he's going to be banging out doubles like a madman again. So, heading on over to the corn. Same sort of conversation as risk on is catching a bit of a bid here today. So I don't think it should surprise us that the corn and crypto in general is, it's uppy. Feeling relatively positive. I've said recently to you guys, I don't really like, again, big old M, head and shoulders top. I don't really like getting too bullish in the face of this. So I'd really like this thing to sort of settle down. It would be actually really nice if we could just get like just a nice big fat consolidation. And just calm things down. Something along those lines. And just really what would be best is if we could just calm down. We saw kind of the same pattern happen through the summer, where we're kind of topping out and things are looking a little heavy and pointing down, and what we really needed was just for everybody to calm down. This is the best trade scenario. You can use tools like Bollinger Bands to help you see that calming down. I don't know whether I have that on here. Doesn't look like it, So you see how they got all really tight in here. So if we look at the Bollinger Bands right now, it's a great analogy of, are we calm? Are we calm blue ocean? Calm blue ocean? You can actually see that Mr. Bollinger himself would probably at any given point in time, let's see, how do I show you this? He would be looking for market to trade up to this level. Right, there's the top of the band, and the market to trade down to this level, bottom of the band. So, as I said there a moment ago, what I'd really like to see is just for us to try and just calm down. Just have these bands actually contract in. Just get nice and tight. And then, if we can get a nice little breakout, away we go. That would be sex-licious. But it's not here now. So, we just gotta wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Right now, in the short term, you can see there's this cute little downtrend line that the market's playing with. Hasn't been confirmed yet, so I would sort of consider this as a resistance line, not actually a valid trend line. So we'll put him down there like that. And you can see there's also this right here. So you can see that calming down is happening. Of course, if we lose these lows, then that's more further sort of bearish anecdotal evidence. Probably dip down against these reload zone lows. If we can hold these lows, 1 low, 2 lows, 3 lows. Notice how the market's setting up the bot. If we can hold this and start, like I showed you a moment ago, start Wing out and breaking out higher, then I think, hey, we might got a bull run. Remember, this is lower time frame, so we're not talking really trending. What I think happens here, if this bull does catch, risk on's feeling pretty good, all that kind of talk, I think we work our way up into A, B, C, Ds, big red boxes, fill in notches on profiles, blah, 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 which, ironically enough, is what I have been waiting for to consider buying put options again. So we'll see how that goes. So lower time frame players, might be something to work with. I think I pointed this out earlier. This is what is it? It's about a $600-700 profit window. Not bad. And you're gonna risk what? About $200 or so. So risk 200 to make 700. It's a trader's life. You know how that story goes. And unfortunately, kind of like what we're seeing in the Russell 2000 versus the Dow, same sort of thing in shitcoins. I don't see any huge hurry here. I see Ethereum. You can see what my squiggly lines, what I'm thinking. Same sort of thing as that Bollinger Band thing. What I'd really like to see is, can we please have the volatility of the market come out, consolidate, make 3 higher lows, blah, 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 and we can start working our way higher. Interesting, there are little altcoins that I'm super jazzed about. Remember our algo. Remember, we give this shit away for free, people. All you got to do is sign up for the 30-day trial and then just pop on over to our screener page. The computer does all the thinking. And this is our free page here, the TRI screeners. Maybe go surf what's going on here. There might be some high trade ideas. This one came up, I think, a week or 2 ago. Interesting how, look at all these bullish setups all coming in just in the past few days. So anyway, these, this DREP came in on the screener. Beautiful setup, just textbook. And this thing's just been churning away. And now that we just broke through this high, this actually creates even crazier upside objectives all the way up here, believe it or not. So we'll see what happens, but wow. Can I please just get the computer to take over? Once I get this, I probably won't be doing free YouTube videos anymore. We probably won't be teaching in the school. Remember, the whole sort of school program was to actually fund the very expensive process of building these goddamn computer systems. They're expensive, man. It's not really the computers, it's the people. Jesus Christ, these people charge us a lot of money. So once we get the computers doing their work and doing their job, I'm probably going to head off to some tropical island and retire. So we're close. And like I said, hey, fuck, we're giving this shit away for free right now. Might as well take advantage of it. Yeah, well, I think that's probably my report for the day. Was a couple cute little names that I did do some manual buying. Really like this QRL in here. Look at that cute little W that's trying to come in here. So very interested in picking up some of this. And you can see this is what I like to do. Just go in there, just buy against the bottom end of ranges and start selling halves on doubles and all that fun talk. All right, I think that's your summary for today. Sure hope you got some value out of that. Have yourselves a great rest of your day. I'll see how level 3ers here in a few hours after market closes for some nice fun chit-chat. All right, have yourselves a great day. All the best, and bye for now.